know that a polymorph is the same substance crystallized in two different crystals, not right and left hand, just different. And to know that such a thing exists, one of them is more stable than the other. So at equilibrium you have only one of them. The only way you know that there is another one is that somehow it happened to grow rapidly, to nucleate and grow rapidly, so it appears. But in time it converts to the more stable one. So you don't know the possibility of other solid structures unless it happens to grow more rapidly under some conditions, because you'll never get it at equilibrium. Okay, so say you have an alpha form which is formed rapidly but is less stable, and a form called beta which is formed slowly but is more stable. Okay? So here's the solution, and it crystallizes at some rate proportional to the concentration in solution to give alpha. Okay? So this is growth of the alpha phase. Okay? But at the same time, of course, it dissolves at some rate, which does not depend on the concentration in solution, right? And it reaches a steady state when it's growing and dissolving at the same rate. So the solution adjusts its concentration until that steady state equilibrium holds, right? But in the fullness of time, sometime the other more stable phase will happen to nucleate, and it will grow, but it grows more slowly, like this, so that there's the beta phase. But the important thing is that the beta phase dissolves even more slowly because it's more stable, right? But there's this difference, right? And what that means is that there's a net flow in this direction, so the concentration in solution will fall until and when the concentration falls, these two fall in parallel, until these become equal. And now A goes away, alpha goes away. Okay? Now what happens if you grind? Suppose we take exactly this solution, but grind. So that means we have this situation, the one above, but we add a new mechanism of dissolving, because when you grind, you make things smaller than the critical size, so they dissolve. So we add the same amount, equal of, this is proportional, right? But this one is equal, right? What that means now is that the concentration in solution must rise. These are dissolving. So the concentration in solution will rise until you get a balance again. But the balance you get is here. So now the beta becomes alpha. So if you grind, you have alpha. If you don't grind, you have beta. I think it's pretty obvious. And the key feature is that grinding does not discriminate, but this is proportional to how big the rate constant was. I think that makes sense. Yes?
It depends on the structural stability and strength of crystals, but you could imagine that.
Oh yeah, sure. It's conceivable that one is easier to break. But the most important thing is that this is not the same ratio as this.
And it might be that one of them is so strong that it's impervious to grinding.
Yeah, it's easily possible. So it could be that there can be some that you cannot access this way. But as long as this is more equal than this is, or enough to make this one dominate, it's possible. So it's not perfectly general, but there should be many cases where it would work. Okay. So Brazilian want to start
I'm
here.
wondering what's happened.
People are leaving. I was thinking.
Have people actually gone, do you think, or Did they say goodbye? Do you know that they...
There comes one.
Ah,
You're the chairperson?
no, I'm
No, no.
This
So
is
what-
We're waiting for you.
This is just
No,
a...
but
While we were waiting.
I called them,
Some-
they're upstairs doing.
Some entertainment while...
Yeah.
while-
I was just singing here, dancing.
No, I was thinking that when I saw you the chairperson, I thought that I would give my lecture. Because you were my chairperson.
But are there other people coming?
Yeah, there's Suai and all these Gedma, they are discussing upstairs.
So I'll go and drag...
I called them already.
Oh,
I told them they're coming.
Don't worry.
So I think you should wait till I get here.
yeah.
To show the new show. Polyforce and grinding.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You show that?
yeah,
So I missed that?
yeah.